Today we have U2U Network with us and Astrid from U2U.
Hello everyone. Yeah, happy to be here today. It's actually midnight in Vietnam already. Like it's 12 a.m. now, but I'm still so excited to attend this AMA because like it's marked our milestone to be integrated with DEXTools and also like open more long-term collaboration in the future. So yeah, so happy to be here today.
Wow, it's midnight. Thank you for your dedication. We appreciate it, and I know that everybody listening here appreciates it as well. So let's get started. I want to let everybody know that we have $100 giveaway at the end of these spaces. So make sure to save your questions and stay to the end. We're also going to be kicking off these Dext spaces every Wednesday, every week, hopefully at the same time with some of the biggest networks, traders, platforms, dApps. Anybody you guys want on the show, let us know. Let's get started. Today we have a special AMA with U2U Network that just recently went live on DEXTools. So to kick things off, can you introduce yourself and tell us what you do at U2U and what U2U is about?
Hey, yeah, super excited. Thanks for having us. Astrid, I'm CMO of U2U Network, and if you haven't heard of us yet, don't worry, you are about to. Um, because even our name is also special, right? U2U. U2U is a high performance layer one blockchain designed for real world adoption, with a core focus on DePIN, that's a decentralized physical infrastructure. We are not just another layer one. We are built on a DAG based architecture with our own consensus, Helios, delivering 17,000 TPS and 650 millisecond, with quite short, right? Finality. It's super fast and super scalable. Our ecosystem already has more than 100 projects, over 310,000 hardware devices connected via DePIN, and 71,000 active nodes. We've got partners like Nubila, StarX, Result, and which is like weather sensor DePIN, bus DePIN in France, Europe, um, energy sensor, and yeah, many more, decentralized VPN, plus major support from institutions like SSID, part of SSI, one of the Vietnam's largest investment firms and stock corporation. Oh, and we just listed on DEXTools this month, marking a big step in our global expansion. So, yeah, U2 is here to build, and we are just getting started.
Awesome. Thank you for the introduction. And then I want to congratulate you on all the huge achievements you guys have pulled off. And as you mentioned, the large step of getting integrated in DEXTools. So let's talk about the integration. What does that mean for users? What does that mean for traders and builders? How will they benefit from the visibility and the recent integration in DEXTools?
Yeah, great question. We all know that Dextone has been on the market like for a long time already. So being live on Dextone means two big things for us: the visibility and the credibility. For traders, it's now way easier to track UTU token in real time, the price, the volume, the trends, all in one place. We're also ranking on trending lists, which gives us the way more organic exposure to DEX power users and alpha hunters across the chains. We are EVM compatible chains anyway. Yeah, but like we are happy to have the bridge with auto finance, backed by Coinbase Venture and such. Yeah, we met them in Hong Kong. So yeah, the bridge can do like across chains together, and for builders, this signals that UTU is serious and market infrastructure. DexTools is a gateway for thousands of retail and professional traders, and having UTU listed there means builders in our ecosystem can access to a wider audience from day one. So yeah, it's just one step, like uh, uh, like kills many birds with one stones. So yeah, getting integrated in another platform can bring the whole ecosystem as always, as we are the layer one.
Of
Um,
course. And
so yeah, so where sorry.
go ahead.
Yeah. So whether you are launching a DeFi protocol, GameFi project, or DePIN-based tools, this kind of visibility reduces the friction and increases trust. We are bringing the gap between the infra level innovation and real user traction from the end users. And this is just a start. More listings and integrations are already lined up. We are playing long game. Yeah.
Amazing. And as you mentioned, you have wide range of traders from beginners to experts. What are some of the tokens that people could expect? And are we seeing any meme activity being launched on the U2 network? Do you think we'll see that now that you guys are integrated on DEXTools and traders have access to the charts, to all the data that we offer?
Oh yeah, so let's get into that. Right now, U2U Network is seeing a diverse range of tokens launching, everything from DeFi and GameFi to infra-native DePIN tokens. That's the beauty of our modular subnet architecture. Each project can launch its own token with optimized performance and scalability. And yes, meme activity is starting to pop. We've seen early communities experimenting with culture-driven tokens. But here's a tweet. On YouTube, even meme tokens are built on high throughput text, meaning they can actually scale if they go viral. Yeah. Plus, with the ultra low fees, YouTube is perfect for fast moving narratives, whether it's serious DePIN tokens or degenerate meme coins. We are ready for both. Long story short, the YouTube token economy is open, experimental, and growing fast. Expect utility, expect chaos, and expect some fun along the way. Yeah.
I love that. Expect chaos. And so you mentioned it's still early. So, everybody listening, you still have the chance to find maybe the first meme token runner on your network, which would be huge. And you just said everything from the introduction. You guys aren't another L2 chain. You're purpose built. You have real world adoption. You mentioned U2U helps businesses cut infrastructure by 50%. Can you explain how your tech stack actually makes that happen?
Yeah, we are purpose built for the real world use cases. Of course, yeah, we are deeping decentralized physical infrastructure network, and the key is in our Helios DAG based consensus and subnet architecture. Let me break it down. First, with our Helios consensus, we reach finality in 350 milliseconds and can process to more than 17 TPS. That's faster than even Solana and without centralization trade-offs any. And second, our subnets allow businesses to launch application-specific blockchains. Think of it like spinning up a cloud instance, but decentralized. Okay. Now here, where the 50% cost reduction comes in, most businesses today rely on centralized cloud services like AWS, like Azure, Google Cloud, Huawei Cloud, etc. That means monthly bills, the logins, and zero transparency. With UTU's subnet model, they can deploy their own infra with predictable costs, no middleman, and full control over the data. And when you enter DePIN layers like U2 DPN or real world access oracles, you also cut costs on data acquisition and transmission. We're talking crowdsourced bandwidth, decentralized storage, and localized data nodes. So yeah, 50% is conservative for some verticals, especially in IoT and Web 2.5. We are seeing the bigger savings and better security and compliance too. Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
yeah, that's quite
50.
impressive. You also mentioned some numbers about 300,000 DePIN devices and 100,000 daily active users. Can you dive into that a little bit more? And then some of the real world success stories from your ecosystem and what to expect?
To be honest, I really like the way DEXTools team like set the questions. It's always about the number, but of course, like the number says everything. It's better than words. Even better than anything else because it's the fact and also it's output and result driven. So yeah, really thank for making the beautiful questions like that. Yeah, absolutely, and I love that this question touches on both the scale and real world adoption, which is exactly where U2 is laser focused. First, to clarify, those 310,000 plus DePIN devices come from verified subnet integrations across our ecosystem. This includes projects using U2U as a backbone for physical infrastructure like weather sensors, edge devices, and IoT nodes. And yes, this data is on chain and fully verifiable via U2U scans.xyz or our ecosystem dashboards. Now, on to real world success stories. Um, I would love to mention three D apps: Nubila, Starx, and U2 DPN. Nubila first is one of our flagship DPN partners and a standout in weather intelligence. They've deployed 387 solar power macro devices and onboarded over 150 validator nodes across more than 100 countries. These devices can verify the fee, hyperlocal weather data directly onto the U2U blockchain, powering the real-world application in agriculture, climate forecasting, insurance, DeFi, and ESG. This isn't the theory. Nubila recently acquired Bloom Sky's global sensor network with 20,000 devices and 100 gigabyte of weather data across 120 plus countries, giving them a decade-long head start in DePIN and AI. Yeah, and yes, they are live and growing fast in Vietnam and globally. The second starts, they just representing us to showcase the DePIN bus in Ethereum CC. If anyone is was going to Ethereum CC in France, so StarX is a spin-off from Deutsche Telekom, is pushing the boundaries of decentralized IoT orchestration using YouTube subnets. So by end of Q2 2025, they've already deployed 80 buses and 120 smart devices from across Berlin, streaming real-time data like GPS location, charging status, and environmental readings on chain. So heading into Q3 or Q4, they are scaling further into EV charging stations, drone corridors, and municipal sensor networks like the air quality and traffic. Their milestone is to hit 100,000 connected devices onboarded to YouTube by the end of 2025, making them one of the largest DePIN operators live on chain today. So yeah, we are very proud of that deal and partnership. And lastly, U2 DPN. This is our own decentralized private network used by over 71,000 nodes globally. It's a scalable infrastructure layer for any Web3 app that needs privacy, low latency, or real time messaging. We're seeing adoption in early stage projects from gaming to telecom. And yes, we also have the traction in DeFi from our Growth DEX, our native DEX already has over 500,000 US dollar in TVL. Not massive yet, but organic growth driven by bureaus experimenting with gasless subnets and real utility. So at the end of the day, you're not here to claim 1 billion user on paper. We are here to build a sustainable infrastructure with the real use cases, and we are proving that by scaling from the ground up, project by project, subnet by subnet.
Wow, Astrid, I believe you guys are one of the most um, leading in terms of DePIN blockchains that I've spoken to, and it's quite impressive from the metrics. We talked about the integration in DEXTools, everything you guys are doing. I think people want to know what the U2U token offers in terms of utility. Can you break that down and what people could expect and what your token does?
Yeah, sure. I think this another great question as always. So yeah, if you like, we need to pitch to investor and always happen to have some words like Tam Samsung is the words for like startup to pitch about their market share, right? So yeah, it's for the DePIN. I think it's massive and still super early. Um, DePIN is projected to be a 3.5 trillion US dollar market by 2028, according to A16Z and Mercury. And we are also recognized as top three global DePIN platform by Mercury. And Mercury is, as you already know, Mercury is a top one research firm in Web3. And that's not just crypto speculation, that includes the real industries like telecom, cloud compute, mobility, energy, and data services that are increasingly moving from centralized to decentralized models. But here the twist: most layer ones aren't built to support the DePIN properly. They are fast but not composable, or they are decentralized but not modular. That's where U2U comes in. We're already seeing real interest from the edge compute, weather data, GPS, DY, and more. And Southeast Asia is an explosive market for this because it's still under the infra, mobile native, and regulatory friendly. So to sum up, it's not just a huge market, but also untapped one. And YouTube is architecture specifically to capture that deep in vertical, with the builders already live today. So yeah, the market share is potential, and the land is still like has a lot of room for anyone to build in. Yeah.
Top three for Masari. That's extremely impressive. Congratulations again. I know you've dropped a few names, partners, backers, and you guys have raised from top Web3 VCs and integrated global partners, it seems. Can you talk about how these strategic relationships will help grow your ecosystem?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we've been very intentional about the investors and partners we are bringing, not just for capital, but for how they help us grow the ecosystem. Yeah, very selective, and yeah, everything is the win-win deal. YouTube has raised from the top tier of Web3 VCs like KuCoin Ventures, IDE Blockchains, Web3 Ports Foundation, and V3V Ventures, for example. KuCoin Ventures gave us a strong footprint across Asia and access to a vibrant trading community, while Wealthyport helped us accelerate our builder grants and connect with dozens of DePIN native projects. On the traditional finance side, our collaboration with SSID, SSI Digital, as I mentioned in the question one already, they are the Vietnam leading digital investment arm, bridges the gap between the real world financial infrastructure and blockchain innovation. So yeah, they are also the pioneer and also the top one, the biggest stock market corporation and security corporation in Vietnam. So the SSID Digital is a digital arm for like blockchain of SSI Corporation. Um, and yeah, they deploy like 10 million US dollar for blockchain this year in 2025, and then they co-invest uh, 200 million US dollar for the blockchain in the nation, and also like co-invest with other global investor of up to 500 million US dollar. So yeah, that's a lot of sustainability for us for having SSID as the lead of series. Yeah, but it doesn't stop at investment. Our technical integrations with global partners have been key to scaling adoption. We are building with AWS to support hybrid cloud decentralized infrastructure models in Southeast Asia. Nubila weather stations deployed across Asia are already pushing hyperlocal environmental data on chain through YouTube subnets. StarX enables encrypted decentralized peer-to-peer IoT communication and is actively deployed within our ecosystem. And newer partners like Resolve, G2U, GPU Net, and Cosmin are helping us push the edge further from the DePIN insurance to GPU sharing economies to tokenized payment rails. Together, these relationships not only strengthen our infrastructure, they accelerate developer onboarding, expand use cases, and bring DePIN closer to mass adoption. Yeah. Um, so yeah, to sum up, the VCs and the global partners, and also the flagship, the app that I mentioned in the earliest previous question, they all help us to have a bigger and robust ecosystem, and that also push the value of our token utility.
Awesome. So you got the top VCs on board. You have impressive metrics. The tech is undeniable. And now that we have hundreds of people listening, like what should the community be excited for next? Can you share or tease any milestones, Astrid? Any upcoming launches or partnerships that everybody should keep an eye out for? Anything you could tease us with today?
Yeah, we've got a lot cooking, and honestly, the next few months are stacked, very stacked. First off, we are preparing for phase two of our DePIN Alliance expansion with 300 members already. Now want to have more than like 50 plus new projects onboarding, not just DePIN native, but also Web 2.5 players transitioning into decentralized physical infrastructure using U2U subnet. That means more devices, more real world data flowing on chain, and more builders leveraging our tech stack. Second, we are close to launching the U2U DePIN Client Hub. Think of it as the entry point for end users to seamlessly interact with DePIN apps. This is key to user adoption, and we are making it intuitive enough that even non crypto users can access decentralized services like weather, bandwidth, or compute without needing to touch a wallet. Yeah. We're also entering the next phase of our Builder Grant program with more than 1 million US dollar worth of support for startups building on U2U. Every month, some D apps got released with their milestones for the grant. Expect more game studios. Can expect more game studio, and then what else? AI compute marketplaces and cross-chain integrations to come out of that. Um, why I can't spoil everything? In the next week, we are hosting two events in GM Vietnam. That's the annual biggest Vietnam blockchain conferences for the whole week. So yeah, everyone flying to Vietnam, especially in Hanoi this time, you guys will be amazed with how the digital transformation in Vietnam is happening. In January 1st, 2026, the first day of next year, Vietnam will legalize a crypto asset. Yeah, so that's why every like centralized exchange, decentralized exchange, or like the KOLs and VCs, asset managing managed firm, and yeah, and other partners from global wanting a little bit market share of this nation. So yeah, feel free to be partner up with us in those two events, official after party. Like we are the official partner with the GM Vietnam organizers. Yeah. Um, we are working on a flagship partnership in Vietnam telco and smart city space that will demonstrate DePIN at national scale. So yeah, it's a big year ahead. Buckle up.
Awesome. Sounds like you guys have a lot cooking. Anybody in Vietnam, don't miss out on the event. And everybody that's been listening definitely probably wants to get involved. So, can you share how's the best place to start for anybody that wants to support U2U? Is it maybe purchasing the DePIN devices? Is it supporting the token in the community? Where should people get started?
Yeah, if you are new and wondering where to start with, staking is hands down your best entry point. And when you stake, you can also lock it up so that you can have a higher APR. Um, so yeah, you can actually go to staking.ut.xyz. It's everything there. It's The token is EVM compatible, and you can buy it on exchanges. Several exchanges we already listed in from last year, December. KuCoin, Gate, MEXC, BingX, Bitget, yeah. So yeah, multiple options. And for this year, we are aiming for the top leading centralized exchange as well, so that the volume can be more, and also like open more markets for the buyers. And why? Because staking UTU not only helps you earn up to 20% APR, but it also gives you a front row seat to how the network operates. You can govern the network. You are directly supporting validator infrastructure, securing our DAG based layer one, and in return, you'll benefit from real on chain rewards. And if anyone here is a big whales, or you are from the B2B side of thing panels, we are welcome you. We welcome you to be a validator. Now we have the program for onboarding the validators without the server cost. Like it's the incentive program that we want to increase the a number of partners to become our validators to make the network more decentralized and more distributed. So yeah, feel free to contact. It's super easy to get started, and just head over to the website, official staking platform, no third party risk. You connect to your wallet, pick your validator, and choose whether to lock tokens for higher APR. You can also unlock or unstick anytime. We made it that flexible. And if you are the type who wants more than just passive income, explore our ecosystem apps at u2uscan.xyz, or contribute resources to DePIN projects like Nubila, or StarX for the sensor, weather sensor, or like DePIN bus, like energy sustainability. So yeah, whether you are the builder or investor, or someone just crypto curious, YouTube has a path for you. Just start taking, start exploring, and welcome to the future of real world blockchain.
Awesome. Thank you for your time today, Astrid. It's actually been a huge pleasure with you guys and the start of a awesome journey together, especially since you guys have just got integrated in DEXTools. And as you just said, it's quite early for you guys with all the token launches and all the opportunities that are happening on U2U. So if you're up for it, we have a few people that want to ask questions, and we're going to be giving away $100 at the end of this for anybody asking questions. We brought on a few speakers. So if we could start with Abu Bashir, and then we'll go down the list of the questions.
Oh, Jem, everyone. Thank you for giving me opportunity to speak. I have a little question that I want to ask. So my question is, I'm really curious, how does UT subnet tech make DeFi scalability better than other layer one or layer two chains out there? That's my
It's a little
question.
bit it's a little bit difficult to hear. So can you repeat the question?
My question is, I'm really curious, how does UT subnet tech make DeFi scalability better than other layer one or layer two out there?
For the competitiveness, right? Yeah, I already mentioned some like USP from the tech side, and also the business side from the first one or two questions. But yeah, I can repeat that. Um, so yeah, uh, for for the technology side of things, the ultra low fees for GTU tokens is perfect for fast moving narratives. When it's serious DePIN tokens or degenerate meme coin, we are ready for both. So like yeah, you can rely on the diversity. Yeah, we are dedicated layer one for DePIN, but like we can use our subnet technology for any scaling solutions. um, and about the TBS, I already mentioned that it's even higher than faster than Solana. It's like finality in 350 milliseconds and process more than 17,000 TBS. Yeah, that's faster than Solana without centralization trade-offs. And our subnet also allow businesses to launch application-specific blockchains. For example, we have the subnet DPN, decentralized private network. We have subnet, how to say, micropayment, subnet generative AI in the roadmap. And yeah, a lot of subnets. So each subnet can serve tailor-made for one industry. So yeah, driving the innovation, not just the scalability, but also the diversity. And you already heard of the 50% cost reductions coming. Most businesses today rely on centralized cloud services, AWS, yes, Messenger. Um, it's costly, is not transparent. But with our model, the transparency, the privacy, the security in the triangle dilemma of blockchain, right? We can ensure that people can deploy their own infra with predictable costs, no middleman, full control over the data, no single point of failure. And yeah, for that, we also prepared our ecosystem with enough tools from the bridging to Oracle. Um, yeah, and you can also cut costs on data acquisition and transmission. Um, we are talking about the crowdsourced bandwidth, decentralized storage, and localized data nodes. So yeah, with just the SDK in infrastructure available, we cannot claim that we are someone really workable and feasible, right? But the fact is that we already have several the apps, flagship the app that working well on our subnet technology and also our SDK. So yeah, it's the proof that our infrastructure is above, and also the D apps also like achieve high demand of users. That's why that's why we have U2 DPN with more than 80,000 contributor nodes. That's why we have the StarX with more than 100 DePIN bus already launching in Germany, in France, in Europe. We have a sensor of the weather. Yeah, um, 300,000, 310 thousand plus DePIN devices already become verified on our subnet. Yeah. So yeah.
Very impressive. Thanks again for the question, and thanks for the very thorough answer, Astrid. So next up, let's do aim high, and then we have 4 questions in total.
Yeah, thank you. So, during the AMA, you mentioned that about your node operator, which is 71,000. So, how widely distributed this node operator are? And if someone wants to run a node for U2U network, what's the ROI we can expect from the U2U? Thank you.
That's a really good question.
Yeah. So have you heard of the incident that the Microsoft server, central server shut down? Like suddenly. That's why some airline cannot connect with the staff on the land, right? It's the centralized server has a something like the single point of failure, but the decentralized server cannot have that. That's why the more contributor nodes around the world and the more regions that we tap in, the more like secure and no single point of failure it is. U2 DPN is our own decentralized VPN app. It also provides a marketplace for the decentralized bandwidth for the trader as the buyer and seller to interact with it, and even arbitrage, and also like provide and like consume the bandwidth based on our subnet DPN, decentralized private network. Used by over 71,000 nodes globally. So it absolutely secure the privacy, low latency, and real-time messaging. We are seeing adoption in early stage projects from gaming to telecom. So like even the B2B partner and B2C partner can get in, because it's the marketplace, right? Everyone can get in. We can have the suppliers from the B2B telco, if they want to make it as a big packages, or we can just be the individuals. And I can take an example. If each one of you has like a mobile phone and also the laptop and maybe even another PC, and you don't use the Wi-Fi for 8 hours per day when sleeping, then those idle power will be like a waste. And if you're traveling and you shut down the mobile data, and it also like a waste for you, so that you don't know how to like decentralize your bandwidth, and also how to tokenize it and make it as money in the monetary value. So yeah, our YouTube DPN can help you to monetize your bandwidth, your IP, and you can sell it for someone who need it. Like for example, I live in Philippines for 3 years, and at that time, Binance IP was blocked in the Philippines. So yeah, I can actually use our own product to access the login. And yeah, the VPN in China is also blocked, and recently Telegram is blocked in Vietnam for like for some reasons, and for that whole month people is like was rushing to find the solutions. And yeah, a YouTube VPN can be a solution for that. That's that talks about the demand. And also for you can see the trade wars from the USA, the Trump, also the speech and freedom of speech from the Twitter. But like everything is free in the freedom style thing, but it's also very controlled, and nothing is like the fully decentralized of like fully freedom of speech anymore. So yeah, something like blockchain and wealthy can be a good solution for things like that.
Thank you for the question and another very thorough answer, Astrid. So next up, Azuki, you got the stage.
Yeah, thank you. So my question is, I want to know, like, what are the primary developer tools and SDK that are available for building on the U2U network, and how you also supporting developers onboarding?
Yeah, for now we have the grant of more than 1 million US dollar for the grant. We actually have the several hackathons. For hackathon, we can have at least 2 hackathons per year, the summer and the winter. For the grant, it's happening the whole year, just depending on like how much you can build the milestones. We release the milestone each based on each user base the apps can achieve, and also based on each stage that they can also achieve. That's the programs. Like for example, just 2 days ago, we also hosted the kickoff hackathon on BDEXCO Tower, financial tower, the biggest and tallest financial tower in Ho Chi Minh City, the second biggest city in Vietnam. And yeah, it's usually hosted in the AWS office, co-working office. We are the proud partner of AWS as well. Which we had the ceremony of signing last month also. Um, yeah, so the hackathon and also the grant program is very robust in our ecosystem. Um, and like last year in December, we also have the hackathon of DePIN stage in the conference of VTIS, Vietnam Tech Impact Summit, with more than 5,000 attendees. And yeah, so the first point is the hackathon and the grant is already there and always available to access. The second, we are about to launch the DePIN Client Hub, which is the SDK for any project founders that want to just one-stop deployment yeah, one click deployments, and we already available for the end users market. Like we have the ecosystem for them to interact with other apps in our ecosystem. We have the decentralized exchange. We have the bridge. We have the Oracle for them to be integrated, and and also the the fact that we are constantly getting integrated into other platforms like DEXTools is also one of the way we pave the way for our D apps and our developers to get into the market, and interact directly with the end user, because like the user is someone who pay for the sustainability of the products. And yeah, we want to get everything ready for any builders to be on top of us, and it's also easier for the developer, because we are the EVM compatible chain. And yeah, hopefully 2 points already cleared your concern, and also like have with some insights.
$1 million grant for all you builders out there. That's huge. Make sure to take advantage of that and check out the U2U website for more details. So we have two more questions. Huntex, you're up next. Ask away.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. It's been an interactive AME so far. So my question is, how is interoperability between subnets and external ecosystem like Ethereum, Solana handled in UTU framework? And what standards or protocols are in place to ensure seamless liquidity and data bridging across networks? Thank you.
Okay, so as I already mentioned, the subnet models brings our diversity and scalability. You can see two methods for the scalability in Web3. The most common, the first one is the layer 2 or ZKP, right? But we use the second option, it's the subnet technology. Um, so yeah, it can bring you the scalability in many industry. For Web 2 industrial fields such as AI and machine learning, one, gaming and metaverse, two, VPN and proxy services, three, Internet of Things, four, and decentralized storage and CDN, five. Yeah, those are the five most focused for us in those industry as a subnet technology. So our duty subnet has providing the data storage subnet, GameFi subnet, and AI subnet. AI is obvious one of the kind of like most common and most famous now to build on. Data storage subnet, of course, because like everything is data. Even blockchain is also another kind of data. AI is also another kind of data. Machine learning is also another kind of filtering and analyzing the data. Yeah, and also the GameFi subnet is also the subnet we are focusing on, because gamification layer brings everything easier to understand, right? You can add the gamification layer onto the like very difficult to understand kind of technology, and people can just click onto the button and like interact with the interface with the UI UX, and then yeah, it's the way to reach mass adoption. So yeah, we focusing on three: data storage subnet, GameFi subnet, and AI subnet, with the component of, for example, for the SDK, I already mentioned the DePIN client hub. Then we will have the DePIN Edge, the node lightweight interface, and then we will have the verifier DApp. So yeah, and the final output will be the DePIN ecosystem. So I hope that helped you to yeah, to answer your question.
Thank you, Astrid. And we have one more question from Web3 Boy.
Thank you for your opportunity. My question, I want to know, does you have plans to attract, how do you plan to attract users beyond just crypto native people into the platform? And I want to know, are there any reward integration or two bridges in development My last question, I just also want to know, do you have plans to have enterprise adoption using the U2, the U2 chain tech?
Okay, so I can understand your question has two points. One is the enterprise solution, and also how to get in our ecosystem and the governance token, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so yeah. G2 isn't just a governance tokens, not just a governance one. It's the fuel of an entire modular layer one and DePIN stack. Here is how it's used, I can say. So first is about staking and security. You can easily get into the ecosystem by staking. G2 token secures the network through our Helios consensus. Validators and delegators take to participate and earn the rewards while keeping the chain fast and decentralized. The gas fees, every transaction, whether on the mainnet or across our growing number of subnets, is paid in UTU. That includes things like IoT data uploads, DePIN device interactions, or even NFT mines from integrated apps. Um, the third point is the subnet deployment. Projects launching their own infrastructure, like weather networks or AI compute, need to log GPU to deploy and operate their subnet. Think of it like the bandwidth allocation. Fourth point, the DePIN incentives. Our tokenomics allocate 10% of the supply to reward real physical contributions. Yeah. So, for example, if you run a weather station like with Nubila, our flagship DApp, or connect hardware to our network, you can also earn UTU. The last point, the governance. We are building towards the DAO, the DAO-based governance, not just for protocol changes, but for subnet incentive and ecosystem funding too. And most importantly, YouTube token is deflationary over time. With more adoption, more fees get burned or redistributed into staking and rewards, keeping things sustainable. So it's designed to be useful, composable, and tied directly to real world impact. So I can say that for the B2B partner, they can become our companions by being the validators, um, or by being the D app built on top of us. Of for the B2C users, they can actually just transact, hold, and trade, and yeah, also like refer the partner for us. We will make it as the DAO, and everyone can have the DPoS consensus mechanisms, and also maybe the become our delegators. Yeah, so those are two ways for the enterprise solution, and also for the end users. For the enterprise solution, they can also actually become validators, as I mentioned, become the D apps, yeah, become the whale, yeah, become our VC, become our, how to say, um, the service provider partner. Yeah, so many ways to collaborate in our ecosystem.
Thank you, Astrid. I want to deeply thank you guys from U2U Network and for yourself. I know it's almost 1 a.m. in Vietnam. So thank you for your time and staying up this late to answer all the questions. I truly appreciate it. And then for everybody that showed up to the spaces as well, this is going to be happening every week. Dex Spaces. We're going to have the largest dApps, partners, traders. So everybody who didn't get to ask a question, you can save it for next week. You guys will all get opportunities, and we're going to have some huge giveaways. So make sure to show up every week. It's going to be large. And again, thank you to you. For everybody that did ask a question, send me a DM with your address and we'll make sure you're taken care of. Thanks, everybody. And thanks again, Astrid. I mean, it's almost 1 a.m. So I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. And please don't forget to follow our ecosystem, our Twitter, and also join our Telegram for like the secure winner rewards. Thank you very much. And yeah, hopefully you can get into the DEXTools AMA or like live stream soon in the coming time.
Awesome. Thank you, U2U, and thank you, Astrid. Everybody, have an amazing day, and thank you, guys. We'll see you next week.